Yeah.
All right. Well, our last guest today for this show, we have Melissa Subin. She's the co-founder of Bake Back America. Hey, Melissa, are you there?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having
Hey,
me.
it's a pleasure to have you. Look, you guys provide meals and groceries to homeless shelters. That is such an important cause at any time. But why is it such a crucial cause in 2020?
Well, I think, as you said, it's been such a need for always, and now with the COVID-19 and this impact that it has had on everyone, especially the shelters and families in need, to be able to now help these individuals when the numbers have doubled and tripled is just like an incredible effort. With such a great need now, and the numbers and the statistics going up so high.
One thing, obviously, congrats on doing this. Such an important thing, like Julia said, and it's so admirable. And I'm so happy to hear what you're doing. What is a way that homeless shelters and families in need can get to connect with you or get help from you? How does that process work?
Right, excellent. So our whole mission is to inspire individuals, communities to come together and help those in need. And we have so many different efforts that are helping so many different people, whether they're in shelters or getting in lines for the different pantries. So one of our many efforts is the meal plan, where people can either pick up meals in the Bronx, or we will deliver to them, we'll set up the pantry. That's one effort. We also have a wish list where we grant wish lists. We send out hundreds and hundreds of bags of different wishes. We just furnished an entire person's apartment in a transitional housing that just moved out of a shelter. So we do Zoom art classes. We do so many different things that help people in need. To get in touch with us, if they want to email us at BakeBackAmerica, that's BakeBackAmerica@gmail.com. They could be recipients, or they can get involved in the many different efforts. We've done over 30,000 meals so far in the last couple months. And as I said, hundreds and hundreds of wish lists have been fulfilled, as well as many other efforts that fall under acts of kindness to help, anyone in need right now.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard in the past from different lawmakers who came onto my show that, quote, homeless problem is a big city problem. I don't necessarily think that's true, because homelessness impacts, people everywhere. But I do see a lot of homeless population in New York City, even during normal time. And during this special pandemic time, the situation is especially horrific. So what would you say is the best way to help people who do not have a permanent place to stay while this pandemic is ongoing?
So that's a great question, and that's what we're all about, is finding some sort of act of kindness that can help somebody, whether it's giving a meal, whether it's, I have some extra clothes in my closet. I would like to be able to, call your local shelter, or if you see that there's an individual that needs help, being able just to say, I'm going to take a few minutes and I'm going to try to see what can I do to help. And again, it could be buying a meal for somebody, calling, your local facilities, your local churches, seeing, what can I do to help? I have some extra socks. I mean, everything is needed right now, from toiletries to socks to, we just sponsored a shower for the homeless in Westchester. So again, it's just taking that second, saying, what do I have that I'm able to do, even in a short, if it's 5 minutes, to help somebody. We've ordered food for different hospitals during, when the crisis was at the high, even baking something and saying, I'm going to look for people that need help and I can drop off baked goods somewhere. It's any type of act of kindness that you think you can do to make some effect on even one person is going to change that person's lives or make them feel worthwhile.
Yeah, see, Melissa, for most people who have never been into a homeless shelter, it's hard to imagine what goes on in there. And that's why I was asking you this is, what is the one scarce thing that they need? Is it a bed? Is it toiletry? Is it food? Is it a place to shower? What is it?
That is a great question. There is a need for everything from, I would say, toiletries. If you have extra toiletries, just so people can brush their teeth, wash themselves. Toiletries are number one, and they're costly and they're hard to get. It's harder to give someone a bed, but toiletries, the food, we've got calls, my son can't study or can't do his work because he's so hungry. So I would say toiletries, food, the real bare necessities. I would say is really what people are needing right now. The basics that we take for granted.
So some people will be inspired to hear what you have to say, and others may be wrestling with the idea of doing something themselves, may not know where to start. What is some
That's
advice
right.
you can give to people who want to start a charitable organization themselves, or something even like what you're doing, even supporting you?
Right. So, if anybody, feels like, I need that inspiration or that start, what we do at Bake Back America is we inspire people. We give them that start. We give them that motivation. We recognize them. So it's, again, just taking that initiative or contacting us so we can give you that start. I had a girl in Long Island call me, say she loves photography. What do I do with my photography? I called a shelter and we facilitated the whole project. She's going to the shelter next week. She's taking a fun photo op of all the kids, because these kids never get pictures taken of themselves. And we're making an arts and crafts. We're going to do picture frames. The point is, she called me. She said, what do I do? How do I get started? And within an hour, I have her at a shelter, taking pictures, making picture frames. And she's thrilled that now she can put her talent. So if you can get started on your own, my suggestion is just bake something and get something out as soon as you can, just to get that kind of initiative started. Or email us again at BakeBackAmerica@gmail.com and give us your ideas or tell us how you want to get involved. And what I do is I facilitate, inspire, and get it all going so you can take action.
Okay, thank you for everything you do, Melissa. And again, that email is BakeBackAmerica@gmail.com.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
And
Thank you.
everyone, just take a few minutes to help others, and you'll sleep well at night.
Yep.